Hello! Recently I hosted a poll for Genshin Impact fans to voice their opinions on their favorite and their least favorite characters in the game. I listed every playable character as well as a few major antagonists and side characters and posted it up on Twitter and my YouTube community tab. Survey takers were able to vote on whether they liked, disliked, or were neutral about each character. I also left a little short answer spot on the bottom if I missed anyone and people wanted to fill that out. Several thousand people participated in this survey. Thank you guys so much if you were one of the individuals who took this. After a bit of number crunching, I am now here to share the results. I have to say, I was not at all expecting what I found. So without further ado, let's dive right into Genshin players' top 10 most liked characters and their top 10 most disliked characters. Starting off with the most liked characters. Number 10 is Hu Tao. About 68% of survey takers said they liked Hu Tao. Typically, I would say spooky type characters are usually pretty popular, so I'm not too surprised by this one. I'm a little surprised she's not further up, to be honest. The 9th most liked Genshin character, according to my survey, is Venti the Bard. As for Venti, over 71% of survey takers said that they liked him. Personally, I was not one of them, but the masses voted. Number 8 is A. For this survey, I did separate the Raiden Shokin puppet from A. Super close with Venti. They actually had the same percentage of people who disliked them, but A was 0.2% higher on the like bar. Battle of the Archons. The number 7 most liked Genshin character is Zhao. Zhao's got that angsty boy energy. You know, he's cool. He's got some nonsense going on under the surface. I am not surprised that he cracked the top 10. Number 6 is Itto. Again, not at all surprised. Itto arguably has the most ridiculous personality in all of Genshin. He's absolutely hilarious. His voice actor did a phenomenal job with him. Over 73% of the survey takers said they liked Itto. Number 5 is Zhongli, rounding out the Archon crew. With almost 75% likes, Zhongli is a very popular character. I am very curious what his like ratio would be if he had a different voice, but that's just me. I think he has a very unique sounding voice. He's a handsome guy and he's very powerful and his moves are cool looking, so I'm not all too surprised by this one. Number 4 is Beidou, the pirate queen herself. I think her personality really shines and we love a good eye patch in this house. Coming in at number 3 most liked characters is Thoma, with almost 77% of users clicking that like button. Thoma is definitely representing the Inazuma crew. It's interesting because I feel like I don't see too many people playing as him, but as a character, I feel like it's very hard to dislike this guy. He's super nice, he's very sweet, he cooks, he cleans, he's got the baby blue eyes. Just kidding, his eyes aren't blue. Yeah, his eyes are green. All right, we only have 2 more. Can you guess who they are? Number 2 most liked character is very close to number 3, but with 77% of users liking him, Mr. Albedo takes the cake. Did you guess this one, chat? I think Albedo's popularity has really taken off over the past half year in particular. He's been very active in a lot of the recent quests. He's suave, he's smart, he has some very fun things to say. Perhaps his interactions with Little Klee swayed a few people in the most recent event, who knows? And at number 1, this is a pretty landslide victory, but the good people spoke, and number 1 is Kazuha. 81.3% of you guys said you liked Kazuha. I have been watching these numbers go up since I first posted the survey, and since the very first hour of me posting this, Kazuha has been in first place. He's a cool character to play as, he's a nice guy, he has some interesting story elements. He's also pretty elusive, I will say. Since he's only had 1 banner, I wonder if that affects the way people click about him. They see him as more rare, you know, that people want him because they didn't get him on the first wave. We're sort of whispering and wondering when he'll come back. So I'm curious, do you think that has any sort of bias in his number 1 placement, or do you think he's just a swell guy? Are you surprised? Tartaglia didn't even break the top 10! Interesting topics. I have also written down the 5 honorable mentions for other very highly liked characters, and they are Yoimiya with 67.7% likes, Klee with 67% likes, Ayato with 62.9% likes, Ayaka with 62.8% likes, and Bennett with 61.4% likes. Now let us move on to the top 10 most disliked characters. This one was definitely more difficult to tabulate. The number 10 most disliked Genshin character, according to you guys, is Childe. Interestingly enough, while his dislike ratio is a bit larger than some of the ones that are about to come after him, this giant like percentage weighted him and saved his butt from being any higher on the dislike list. It seems people either love him or hate him. Not as many people are neutral on the boy, which makes sense. He's a poster boy. I feel like people are either gonna love him or hate him. He shows up so often, you can't really feel neutral about him. I'm just the messenger. Y'all are the one who voted. Number 9 is another interesting controversial pick. We have Diluc, the frogman himself. Like Tartaglia, he has a pretty hefty like bar, which weighted him and put him near the bottom of this list. People either like him or they don't like him. He had a definitely higher neutral bar. His personality is not as aggressively in your face as Tartaglia, so I feel like people are more likely to not really care one way or the other. But his dislike bar is still substantial enough to land him in the top 10. Coming in at number 8 is Xinyan. A substantial amount of people disliked her, but an even greater amount were neutral about her. Interestingly enough, Xinyan is in the top 4 most neutrally voted characters alongside Aether, Barbara, and Kujo Sara. Because so many people don't care either way, and she still had one of the highest dislike bars, that places Xinyan unfortunately at number 8. Next up at number 7 is Enjo, the Abyss Lector. Oh, my viewers have failed me. How could you dislike my boy? He can't help it that he's pointy. Leave him alone. It's understandable. He's an enemy after all. At number 6, we have Scaramouche. People either love him or they hate him. Is it the hat? Personally, I feel like I know a lot of Scaramouche lovers, but I imagine there's a lot of haters lurking within the cracks as well. At number 5, we have the Raiden Shogun puppet. Unlike A, who is in the top 10 most liked characters, people do not like the Raiden Shogun puppet, apparently. She is rude. She is unkind. Number 4 is Baizhu, the snake charmer man himself. While Baizhu is not a playable character, at least at the moment, he seemed to make quite an impact on Genshin Impact. Okay. He seemed to make quite an impact on players. Is it his midriff? Is it the glasses? We are now in the top 3. Coming in at number 3 is Diona. I'm surprised it took us this long to get to one of the chibi characters, quite frankly. 27.1% of survey takers said that they disliked Diona. She is sassy. She is a cat girl. I'm not all too surprised about this one. She's not super involved in the story either. I feel like a lot of people don't really know much about her and maybe default to saying dislike just because of the way she looks. Who knows? Number 2 most disliked Genshin character is Signora. She's a pretty aggressive boss lady, so again, not too surprised here. She's very sassy. She kicked the tar out of Venti. I laughed when I saw that, but a lot of people like Venti apparently, so they weren't laughing. Her boss fight was also kind of hard, so I think that sort of tarnished people's impressions of her as well. And the number 1 most disliked character in Genshin Impact by an absolute landslide is Aloy. Or Alloy. I don't even know how to say her name. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what will. 41.2% of survey takers said they actively disliked Aloy. Only 5.4% of you guys said that you actually liked her. However, that dislike bar is phenomenal compared to the amount of people who actually like her. It's not her fault that she's not from Genshin. She's from another game. This is not at all surprising. Honestly, I thought more people would be neutral about her than actively disliking her. Perhaps it's coming from a place of like, you're not from this game, get out. I'm not really sure. Feel free to explain it in the comments if you have an opinion on why you clicked dislike on her. So there you have it, folks, the top 10 most disliked Genshin characters. Honorable mentions are Barbara, 15% of people said they disliked her, Amber at 14.8%, Lisa 14.5%, Chi-Chi 13.6%, and Kujo Sara with 12.6% dislikes. I'm not saying that this is the end-all be-all, you know, opinion of the masses, but it's just interesting. This is what my viewers think. As far as the short answer portion goes, in terms of characters that you guys like that I did not include, a lot of you guys are saying Timmy, Madam Ping, Catherine, Tarumaru. My personal favorite is Koomaxx and your mom. There it is again and again. Oh my god. Characters that you guys do not like that I did not include. Lots of Alberts and Reckless Pallets. And Paimon. That was an oversight. I meant to include Paimon and I forgot. I wonder where Paimon would have landed on the most hated list. But honestly, not that many people wrote Paimon in the short answer section, so maybe they're more neutral on her than I would have thought. Thank you again to everyone who participated in this survey. This was pretty fun. This was the first time I've done this. I think next time I might do, you know, a ranking between 1 through 5 versus the yes, no, maybe type of format. I want to do more of these types of surveys in the future, so please let me know if you have any other prompts you're thinking of. Do you want to rank Genshin characters on who's the top 10 hottest and the top 10 nottest? But yes, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. If you want to do any future surveys I can organize for y'all, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!